Hello students, today we are going to see our sixth chapter of SS Places of Indian Cultural Heritage. The cultural heritage of India is very rich and prosperous. Indian as well as foreign visitors are attracted to visit the places of cultural and natural heritage of India. In this chapter, we shall study about these places. First of all, we are going to see about the caves of Ajanta. The famous caves of Ajanta, situated in Aurangabad district near Ajanta village, they are important from the point of view of art, Vastu. These caves are divided into two divisions: cave based on wall paintings and cave based on sculpture. Caves of number 1, 2, 10, 16, and 17 have excellent paintings and have attained the highest rank in wall painting. The theme of this wall painting is Buddhist religion. Ajanta caves are divided into two categories. They are Chaityas and Viharas. Cave number 9, 10, 19, 26, and 29 are Chaityas, whereas the remaining caves are Viharas. Chaityas means here temple halls for Buddhist monks. Ajanta caves were forgotten with the passage of time, but 1890 AD, an English captain John Smith rediscovered them. Ajanta caves are the magnificent example of initial Buddhist art of Vastu, art of paintings and sculpture. Human interference and impact of time have greatly damaged them. Ajanta caves are famous not only in India but also in the world for their extraordinarily rich art. The fine blending of wonderful art of painting, sculpture, and architecture of Ajanta caves has earned pride for an Indian art. The next is Ellora Caves. Ellora Caves are situated at Aurangabad district in Maharashtra. There are 34 caves in all. There are three groups of cave temples and they are different from each other. 1 to 12 are Buddhist caves, 13 to 29 are Hindu caves, and 30 to 34 are Jain caves. Hindu caves are built during the reign of Rashtrakuta dynasty. Kailas temple is situated in cave number 16. It is 50-meter long, 33-meter wide, and 30-meter height. This temple is carved out of a single massive rock. This temple is adorned with beautiful doors, balconies, and series of pillars. The beauty of temple cannot be described in words. They are constructed during the time of 600 AD to 1000 AD. It is live display of ancient Indian civilization. It is dedicated to Hindu, Jain and Buddhist religions. Ellora campus is not only an example of magnificent creation of art but also best example of excellent technology. Moreover, it describes the patience of Indians. Next is Elephanta Caves. These caves are built in the Arabian Sea, 12 kilometers away from Mumbai in Maharashtra. There are 7 caves in all. There is a huge stone monument of an elephant. On seeing this structure, the Portuguese named it Elephanta. Many beautiful figures have been carved out. Out of them, the magnificent Tribhuti temple in cave number 1 is the best example of sculpture. In 1987 AD, UNESCO has placed Elephanta Cave in the list of World Heritage. Local fishermen called it Dharapuri. The next is Mahabalipuram. Mahabalipuram is located 16 kilometers away from Chennai. The city of Tamil Nadu is famous for its splendid temple architecture and Srisho. Narsivarman I, who was popularly known as Mahamalla, belonged to Pallava dynasty. 7 temples were built here. Right now, at present, only 5 chariot temples exist. 2 chariot temples have submerged in the sea. There is an amazing figure of Lord Vishnu in a smiling pose. Besides, there is an idol of goddess Durga slaying Mahisasur is worth seeing. Mahabalipuram, which has an unparalleled architecture rock sculpture, was also famous harbor of ancient time. The next topic is Patadakkal Memorial. Patadakkal, the capital of Chalukya dynasty, is 16 kilometers away from Badami Nagar, and Dravid style of architecture is used in the construction of the temples. These were built during the 7th and 8th century, and Virupaksha temple is the biggest temple in Patadakkal. The next is temples at Khajuraho. These temples are located in a small village named Khajuraho at Chhatarpur district of Madhya Pradesh. Khajuraho was the ancient capital city of Chandela Rajputs of Bundelkhand. So temples were built by these kings during the reign in 905 to 1050 AD. Presently, 25 temples are in existence. Most of them are Shiva temples, which are some of them as Vaishnav and Jain temples. They all have similar type of architecture and sculpture. The 64 Yoginis temple is the main temple. The Toran of the temple is the best example of ornamental style of architecture. All of the temples were constructed with granite stone. Khajuraho temples were constructed in Nagaur style of art of sculpture, and art of Vastu of Khajuraho temples spellbound the visitors. The next is Sun Temple of Konark. It is situated near the Bay of Bengal at Puri district, Odisha. It was constructed in 13th century during the reign of King Narsivarman I, who belonged to the Garg dynasty. This chariot temple drawn by 7 horses took the form of chariot of sun god. It has 12 massive wheels, providing beauty to the pedestal of temple. These wheels reflect 12 months, and each wheel has 8 spokes, which shows 8 prahars of the day. Details of motif and subject diversity of this temple is unparalleled. This temple has been built by black stones, hence it is also called Black Pagoda. This remains reflects the sculpture and civilization of 13th century Orissa. Our next monument is Brihadeshwar Temple. Brihadeshwar Temple, located at Tanjore in Tamil Nadu. This temple was built during 1003 to 1010 AD. It is a Shiva temple, so it is called Brihadeshwar. It is built by King Rajaraj I of Chola dynasty. It is known as Rajrajeshwar temple. The height of this temple is 500 feet. Its width is 200 feet, 250 feet. It is spread in a vast area surrounded by the wall. Its summit is 200 feet high above the ground. Hence, this temple attained the place in the temples of high pinnacles. This is a marvelous heritage of architectural art of India, and due to its gorgeous and huge size of pinnacle and artistic decoration, in the same way it has secured a place among the best temples of South India. It has been constructed in Dravidian style of art. The next is Qutub Minar. Qutub Minar is located at Delhi. It was built in the 12th century by Qutbuddin Aibak, who was the founder of Ghulam dynasty. After his death, the remaining work was completed by his son-in-law Iltutmish. The 72.5-meter tall skyscraper is made out of round red stone and marble. Its circumference is 13.75 meter at its base, and it is reduced to 2.75 meter at its top. Verses of Quran have been engraved on it. It is the tallest stone minaret of India. The next is Hampi. It is situated on the bank of river Tungbhadra of Hospet in Bellary district of Karnataka. Hampi was the capital city of Vijayanagar kingdom. The rulers of Vijayanagar kingdom were the lovers of art. Peculiar type of architecture was developed. The period of Krishna Dev Rai was considered to be the golden period of this art as it reached to its highest peak. The main feature of architecture style of Vijayanagar was to carve out huge and magnificent pillars from the stones. Pillars and columns made were artistically adorned with the figures of gods, goddesses, humans, animals, warriors, and dancers. In Hampi village of Vijayanagar kingdom, during the reigns of Krishna Dev Rai, the Vittal temple and Hashra temples were built besides it. Virupaksha temple, Achyutare temple of Lord Krishna are the best examples of architecture. The next is Humayun's tomb. The tomb of Humayun at Delhi is the best specimen of the Mughal architecture. After the death of Humayun, it was built by his wife Queen Hamida Begum. This tomb was made in Iranian style of art. Red and white stones were skillfully used in it. Fort of Agra. Fort of Agra is in the Agra city of Uttar Pradesh. It is made of red stones, hence it is known as Red Fort. It was built by Akbar in 1565 AD. We can see the reflection of Hindu and Iranian style of art in it. The fort has 70 feet tall wall with 1.5 miles circumference. Red stones are skillfully embedded on the wall in such a way that no cracks can be seen on the wall. Jahangir Palace was built by Akbar in this fort. The architectural style of Bengal and Gujarat on Jahangir Palace can be seen clearly. Shah Jahan had spent the last days of his life in this fort. Next is Taj Mahal. It is located at Agra in Uttar Pradesh. Taj Mahal is one of the seven wonders of the world. It was constructed by Mughal King Shah Jahan in the memory of his queen Mumtaz Mahal. Mumtaz Mahal died in 1630 AD. After her death, the construction of Taj Mahal started in 1631 AD. It was completed in 1653 AD. After 22 years, Shah Jahan used expert Indian sculptors besides Iranian, Arabian, Turkish, and European sculptors and artisans. They were engaged in the construction of Taj Mahal. Taj Mahal is counted as one of the best tombs in the world. Due to this tomb, the name of Mumtaz Mahal has become immortal. This was the innermost wish of Shah Jahan. The building of Taj Mahal is spread in rectangular shape from north to south. The grave of Mumtaz lies in the center of Taj. It is surrounded by beautiful artistic octagonal fence carved out of stone. A beautiful saying is inscribed on one of its arcs. Pious hearts are welcomed in the garden of paradise. The architecture of Taj glorifies the rich heritage of India. The grandeur of the Taj attracts thousands of people every year. Next is Red Fort. Red Fort, located at Delhi, was built by Shah Jahan in 1638 AD. This fort is made of red stone. Shah Jahan founded city, namely Shahjahanabad, in the same fort which was named after him. This fort includes Diwan-e-Am, Diwan-e-Khas, Rang Mahal, etc. Diwan-e-Khas is more magnificently decorated than other buildings. It is decorated with an amalgamation of gold and silver, embedded with precious stones. The other buildings of Red Fort are Rang Mahal, Mirror Palace, it is also known as Aina Mahal of Mumtaz, Lahori Gate, Meena Bazaar, and Mughal Garden, etc., which are the center of attraction of Red Fort. Peacock Throne is the best example, that is a creation of this fort, which Nadir Shah took along with him to Iran. Red Fort is one of the outstanding buildings among the Mughal art of architecture. Every year, our Indian flag is hoisted on the Red Fort on national festivals. Next is Fatehpur Sikri. It is 26 miles away from Agra in Uttar Pradesh. Akbar has founded the city in the memory of Sufi saint Sheikh Salim Chishti. He made its own capital city. The building construction of Sikri was started in 1569 AD and completed till 1572 AD. The best buildings among them are Palace of Birbal, Golden Palace of Bibi Maryam, Palace of Turkey Sultan, Jama Masjid, and Buland Darwaza. Buland Darwaza of Fatehpur Sikri is 41-meter wide and 50-meter high. The other well-known and remarkable buildings of Sikri are Palace of Jodhabai, Panch Mahal, Tomb of Sheikh Salem Chisti, Diwan-e-Am, Diwan-e-Khas, and Jyotish Mahal. Next is Champaner. Champaner is situated in the foothills of Pavagadh at Halol Taluka in Panchmahal district of Gujarat. After the victory of Champaner, Muhammad Begda gave it the position of capital and named it Muhammadabad. Moti Masjid, Jama Masjid, and historical fort are different buildings in Champaner. Considering art of architecture and historical importance of Champaner, UNESCO has declared this town as a site of World Heritage. Next is Dholavira and Lothal. As we are seeing the cultural heritage of Gujarat. Gujarat has the foremost place in the field of sculpture and architecture. Many beautiful architectural sites can be seen here. For example, cave architectures, temples, forts, vow, that is stepwells, arcs, etc. Now let us know about the places of cultural heritage of Gujarat. And the first is Dholavira and Lothal. Dholavira and Lothal were the main cities of Indus Valley civilization. Dholavira is situated in Khadirbet at Bachau Taluka in Kutch district. Dholavira is known for its ideal town planning, whereas Harappan culture was renowned as a center of trade and commerce. 5,000 years ago from today, bead making factories and ornament making shell were found out from Dholavira. Lothal. Lothal is situated near Ahmedabad Bhavnagar Highway. It's an architectural place which was main center of trade and commerce and well facilitated port of Harappan culture in the ancient time. Next place is Junagadh. In Junagadh, stone inscription of Ashoka, Buddhist caves of Khapra Kodia, Wow, that is Stepwell, Old Raj Mahal, Navgarh Well, and tomb of Bahauddin Wazir, etc. places are worth seeing. Bhavnath Fair is held in the foothills of Girnar on Mahashivratri. Next is Ahmedabad. Ahmedabad could be known as historical city, Fort of Bhadra, Jama Masjid, Mosque of Queen Sipri, Rosa of Sarkhej, Kankaria Lake, Shaking Minaret, that is also known as Jhulta Minara, Siddhi Sayyid Jali, that is Siddhi Sayyid Grills, temples of Hathi Singh, Mosque of Queen Rupmati are worth seeing architectures of Ahmedabad. The shaking minarets outside Sarangpur Darwaza in Raipur Gomtipur are well known for its unsolved secret of vibration. The Siddhi Sayyid Grill is famous for its vegetational geometrical creation and minute carving. Next is Patan. Sahasralinga Lake in Patan, Stepwell of Queen, that is Rani Nivao, and Rudra Mahalay of Sidhpur are worth seeing architectures. The ruins of Rudra Mahalay in Sidhpur suggest the grandeur of palace which is situated 26 km away from Patan. Udaymati, queen of Bhimdev I, built Vow stepwell to cater the need of water to her people, which is known as Stepwell of Queen Rani Ni Vow. UNESCO included this vow as a World Heritage Monument in 2014. This vow indicates the beautiful arrangement of water harvesting for public usage in ancient time. Siddharth Jai Singh built a lake named Sahasringa Lake in 1140 AD. Apart from the fort at Vadnagar, Sharmistha Lake and Arctis are worth seeing monuments. Arches are created on the two erected pillars, creating shape like bow. Shamlaji temple situated on the bank of Meshwar river is an ancient place for pilgrimages. This art of architecture is marvelous. Many stupas and viharas were built in Gujarat during Kshatrap period. The remains of Buddhist stupas are found from Bordevi of Junagadh district, Devni Mori near Shamlaji, and Girnar near Junagadh. Besides this, many other architectures of Devni Mori, Bavapriya, Upperkot, Khapra Kodia, Khambhalia, Talaja, Dhank, etc. are seen in Gujarat. Stapwell of Adalaj near Gandhinagar, Stapwell of Queen of Patan, Adikadi Stapwell at Junagadh. Apart from this, Nadiad, Mehmedabad, Umbret, Kapadwanj, and so many places are the examples of wow architecture. Besides this, there are Jain temples at Sitrunjay Mountains and Palidana in Bhavnagar district. Few temples were built in 11th century. Taranga pilgrim is situated on the hills near Timba village. The temple of Taramati is also situated here. Somnath temple at Gir Somnath district. Dwarkadish temple of Devbhumi Dwarka are gorgeous historical heritage of Gujarat. Next, South Indian temples. Temples of South India are famous for their different style. They are made in Dravid style of art. They are in pyramidical shaped with multi-stories. One attractive stone is placed on its top. Yard of temple was very huge. Many South Indian temples built in ancient time are as given below. Mahabalipuram, that is in Mahabalipuram, Tamil Nadu. Kailash Temple, Kanchipuram, Tamil Nadu. Bruhadeshwar Temple, Tanjore, Tamil Nadu. Virupaksha, Patadakkal, Karnataka. Parsurameshwar Temple, Bhuvaneshwar, Odisha. Vaikunt Perumal Temple, Kanchipuram, Tamil Nadu are the temples of South India. Next is the churches of Goa. As the Christian missionaries came to India with the Portuguese to spread Christianity, Goa was the capital of the Portuguese. Many churches were built in Goa, like Church of Basilica of Bom Jesus and Basilica of God Jesus are in Old Goa. The relics of Saint Francis Xavier is kept in a coffin in a church of Goa. His dead body has not decayed even after so many years. Besides, there are many churches in Goa. It is well renowned for its beautiful beaches and its artistic churches. Apart from all these places, there are so many places of pilgrimages in India. India has been a land of pilgrimages since ancient time. People of India go on pilgrimage. The journey of Char Dham and 12 Jyotirlingas includes Badrinath, Rameshwar, Dwarka, Jagannath Puri. Moreover, pilgrimage of 51 Shaktipits and Amarnath Yatra are considered as one of the most important. Apart from it, Girnar, that is Lili Parikrama, Shatrunjay, Pradakshina, Narmada Pradakshina have great importance. India is a treasure house of rich cultural heritage. In this way, places of Indian cultural heritage give India a unique identity in the world. The tourists from India and abroad visit Indian art of architecture regularly. This accelerates economical benefit of tourism industry in India. Thus, 32 monuments of Indian cultural and natural heritage have been included in the World Heritage Site by the UNESCO. Here we have finished our chapter. I hope you have understood the chapter. Once again, go through the textbook See each and every picture given along with the description and try to understand the chapter. Thank you.